I hope I don't look too dead on camera. I did walk 45 minutes home because I got on the wrong bus before recording, so I might look a little dad. Cage.
さあさあさあ、今は大丈夫ですよ。急ぎましょう。
I knew this song was Cage.
お父様が甘いものをお好きだといいのですが。
お好きですもの。甘いものに限らず、何でもよくお召し上がりになりますよ。
After waiting for the master of the study to be out, Beato and Kumasawa entered the study. Then, they quickly tidied away the books on the desk, set down the basket they had brought there, and began spreading out the contents. Inside were several cute cookies cut out in a butterfly shape. Aww. They set out a cute plate and neatly decorated it with the cookies. It was the kind of slight adornment that the person eating wasn't likely to even notice. The whole setup was filled with that sort of feeling.
愛しのお父様とやらのために精が出るな。今の私に許されていることはこんなことくらいですので。わらわがバトラにクッキーをか。なぜに夜の支配者であるわらわが稀な客人であるバトラにそこまで尽くすのかわからぬ。
Oh. Then, the study door swung violently open. Oh no. Valor, be nice! Valor, be nice! The song that's playing is Rose. Oh no. It was Valor, with Genji by his side. Valor's eyes went wide for a second when he saw Beato there, but his expression quickly went blank again. No! Be nice!
ここで何をしている？
お父様、失礼しました。決して大切なゲームの邪魔に来たわけでは。
どうしてここに入れた？ここには鍵がかかっていたはず。
申し訳ございません。親方様に内密で差し入れをお届けしたいとのことで、私が鍵をお貸ししました。
ほら、見てあげてくださいませ。親方様に喜んでもらおうと、ベアトリーチェ様が一生懸命クッキーを焼いたんですよ。
熊沢さんと源氏さんに習いました。源氏さんがクッキーを焼くのがお上手だったなんて、とても驚きました。
最近は全然ですけど、昔の源氏さんはそれはもういろいろなお料理を作ってくれたんですよ。特にお菓子作りはお上手で。
You know, this is actually really surprising. But for being the main butler, he has to be good at a lot of things, so making sweets does make sense. Though I'm legitimately surprised.
クッキー？
Valor!
はい。お父様への差し入れです。大切なゲームの必勝を心よりお祈りいたしております。
Be nice. Valor looked at the plate on the study desk that was piled up with beautiful cookies and the message card of encouragement lying next to it. And his face twisted with a complex expression, which might have had traces of both sadness and anger contained within it.
親方様。
In not so many words, Genji prompted him to consider giving Beato's efforts some kind of acknowledgement. Valor understood. He had no reason to respond to this kindness with displeasure. Exactly. However, even though he understood that logically, stop, all he could do was give a small, exasperated sigh. Valor!
ありがとう。感謝する。だが甘いものは苦手だ。
Liar!
下げてくれ。
親方様。
同じことをもう一度言わせるな。片付けて下がってくれ。
Valor! Valor!
親方様、せめて一口お口に運ばれるわけには参りませんか。ベアトリーチェ様が親方様のためを思いこしらえたものでございます。
She's trying her best, Valor. Don't be mean to Beatrice. She's trying her best. Yes, this is not the Beatrice you wanted. But come on, Valor. There's no reason to be a dick to Beato.
気持ちはありがたく受け取っておく。今は大切なゲームの最中だ。俺にとってもベアトにとっても大切な最後のゲームなんだ。だから頼む。俺の心をかき乱すような真似は慎んでくれ。
I like how he's saying that this may be their last, and there's 2 more games left. I think they're gonna fare well in this game.
それはあまりにもひどうございます。気持ちは感謝する。大いに結構でございます。しかしそれをせめて一口お召しになる形ではお示しできませんか。
お父様。
Beato looked at Valor sadly. Valor hung his head to avoid her gaze. The expression on his face was more pain than any he had shown Beato before.
熊沢、それを片付け下がるように。
親方様。
Kumasawa implored Valor to listen, but he turned his back to her.
失礼しました。片付けましょう、熊沢さん。
Valor, you're a fucking dick.
そういうわけには参りません。大切なゲームに少しでも力添えしたいベアトリーチェ様がせめてこのような形でもお力になりたいと頑張られた差し入れでございます。それを一口さえせずに下げろとは女をバカにするにも程がございます。
熊沢、
親方様も男ならば女の手作りの差し入れにせめてどうか一口で結構でございますのでお手をつけてくださいまし。女の気持ちを踏みにじろうというおつもりでしたらこの熊沢殺されたってここは引きませんよ。引きません。
Tell him off, Kumasawa. Tell him off. How did it get so dark in here? Oh yeah, it's storming today. I am loving how she's telling Valor off here because Valor's being a fucking dick. He's being an absolute dick. And I also have a question. I wonder if she ever, told off Kinzo like she is doing to Valor right now. I'm actually very curious. Has Kumasawa ever told off Kinzo? And if she has, how did she not get fired? That's very interesting. Wait, would Kinzo fire someone if they told him off like Kumasawa is to Valor right now? Probably. Probably, but I don't know. He might not. Interesting. Like, Kinzo, for some reason I have a feeling that Kinzo wouldn't mind being told off if he still wins in the end. Like, yes, someone can, still yell at him and say that he's wrong. And even though, yes, there's saying valuable things to Kinzo that he probably should take, we know that he's probably not going to take that advice. But at the same time, Kinzo might like hearing, some people against him, so that in his head, once he tells them off and they go silent, he will be like, I got a mental victory, so he wouldn't fire someone because he wants the mental satisfaction of fighting back against a weaker opponent. Or an opponent who just can't deal with him talking anymore.
熊沢さん、もう結構ですから。
そういうわけには参りません。 親方様、これに毒でも入っているとお思いですか？
Yeah. If Beato ever came to give me cookies, of course I think she put some kind of crazy poison in them. She asked me if I thought there'd be poison in these. How could anyone ever think that cookies like these, piled up in such a neat and cute way, could possibly have something bizarre hidden inside? And who could possibly believe that Beato would make something like this? Because of that, Balor couldn't bear to look at Beato's innocent reaction. Be silent. Which was completely free from any malicious thoughts of slipping poison into the cookies. Beato quietly started to clean up. Every now and then, she sniffled. Kumasawa had been glaring at Balor continuously, but she now gave a small sigh and helped Beato clean up. However, the hardness didn't disappear from her expression.
失礼しました、お父様。それでは失礼いたします。
Balor, you fucking dick!
呼ぶな。俺をお父様と呼ぶな。ベアトは俺をそんな呼び方をしたことは。
Oh, sorry.
はい。
Sorry for skipping a little bit of Balor's line. I'll go back to it so that he can say the full line.
俺をお父様と呼ぶな。ベアトは俺をそんな呼び方をしたことは一度もない。
I almost did it again. I almost did it again, but I didn't. But I didn't.
失礼いたしました。
Hanging her head so low that her chin touched her chest, Beato hurried out of the study. After giving Balor a look, Kumasawa chased after her. She shut the door a bit violently, and the footsteps of the pair rapidly disappeared off into the distance. Oh. Voiceless. What's your thoughts on this, Angie?
実の妹が言うのもなんだけど、複雑な気持ちだわ。
Disappointed?
相手がベアトでさえなければ、素直に女の敵と言えるのに、か？私は、お兄ちゃんとベアトがどうして慣れ合ってるのか、さっぱりわからない。今思って、ベアトは倒すべき私たちの最大の敵だと思ってる。でも、だからといって、あのお兄ちゃんの対応は、女として愉快じゃないわ。バトラの気持ちも少しはわかるがな。悲しいことだ。
I still don't understand what kind of bad blood or connection there was between them. However, Oni-chan probably views Beato as a friendly adversary, if not something more. Oni-chan's reason for defeating Beato isn't to destroy an enemy out of hatred. It feels like he wants to give a sincere answer to her questions. Yes, I can't deny that their fight isn't based on hatred, but on a stronger emotion.
さらに言えば、あそこまで冷たくされて、それでもなおお兄ちゃんに尽くそうとするベアトも、大したもんだわ。もう一人の姉のベアトと私も同意見よ。どうしてお兄ちゃんにあそこまで尽くすのか、理解できないわ。
Hmm.
そしてその理解できぬ要素は、 1000年を経て変化を遂げるとはいえ。
That was thunder. That was for sure thunder. And I apologize that got into the audio of this video. Anyways, let's get back to Featherine.
紛れもなく、我々の知る黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェに受け継がれるものである。ええ。理解しているわ。このベアトを知ることもまた、やがてのベアトを知ることにつながる。そしてそれは、このおかしなゲームで最大の大駒と、あるいはこのゲーム版そのものを説明するかもしれない。謎多き魔女であるな。
Though she said those words, Featherine wore a confident smile on her face. Her sarcastic confidence, as though she already knew the answer, was unchanged.
ベアトリーチェ、話を聞きたいわ。
Wait, is Beatrice in the room? Wait. Oh, what? Wait, what's going on? What? Is Beatrice in the room? What? Oh, she appeared.
はい。何でしょうか、エンジェさん。
Okay. She just got summoned in there. Yeah, that makes sense. Beato, who had been reading a fragment book in the... What? Wait, Beato, who had been reading a fragment book in the shadows of the study. But isn't there a Beato with the elder Beatrice? And the Beato that was in the study who was trying to get Battler Cookie? I was told by the comments not to think about the timeline, but I'm thinking about the timeline now. What? Wait, okay, hold on. Wait, what exactly is the timeline? Like, is this Beatrice a Beatrice from before she met the Elder? And the Beatrice that is in the study is the one after? I don't know, not necessarily. The one that's in Featherine's office room, Featherine's room, is the one that was after the Beatrice in the study? Why did I start thinking about the timeline? Beato, who had been reading a fragment book in the shadows of the study, jumped when Angie called out to her.
あなたは、なんで後宮バトラをお父様と呼ぶの？
Because he created her?
私という駒を生み出してくださったからです。では、どうして後宮バトラにそこまで尽くすの？駒は生み出した造物種に絶対服従しなくてはならないルールでもあるの？
Angie, have you ever obeyed anyone who made you their piece? Well, she kind of, but also kind of did not. I'm gonna let them talk.
そんなルールはない。駒は道具、あるいはナイフだ。ゲームマスターが上手に扱えば便利な道具になる。しかし扱いを間違えれば自らを傷つけもする。道具になろうと凶器になろうとそこに道具の意志はない。ただ結果があるだけだ。
Since you used a knife as an example, just in the back of my head, I just thought of a sentient knife. That if you use a knife for something that it doesn't want to do, it might just disobey and just jump out of your hand and just slide right into your chest, float in the air, hit you in the chest. Or, nightmare fuel. You're holding a knife, but then the knife decides to go switchblade on you, but it doesn't go this way. It goes this way to the back of your hand. I don't know why these violently creative thoughts just popped into my head. My mind's all over the place today.
じゃあ、どうしてあんたはお兄ちゃんにアームを尽くすの？
まるでそれは、あなたという駒の目的かのようだわ。
はい。それが、私が生み出された目的だからです。
あんたを生み出したお兄ちゃん自身が、その目的を与えたの？
それは違う。バトラはゲームマスターとして、そういう役目を持った駒を盤上に置いたに過ぎない。そして、彼女という駒を生み出したのは、このゲームを生み出した最初のゲームマスターである、ベアトリーチェ自身だ。
ややこしい話だわ。
I agree.
つまり、あんたはお兄ちゃんのことをお父様お父様呼んでるけど、別に父親ってわけじゃないのね。あんたはお兄ちゃんに尽くさなければならないという目的のために、親しみを込めてお父様と呼んでるだけだわ。
はい。そうだと思います。私という駒を盤上に置いてくださったのがお父様です。お父様が盤上に置かなければ、私という駒の出番はありません。ですから、私がここにこうして存在し、そして私の目的のために尽くせるのは、すべてお父様のおかげなのです。
なるほど。そしてそれは、お父様と呼ぶのにふさわしいってわけね。じゃあ、誰があんたにお兄ちゃんに尽くすように命じたの？ああ、それは初代ゲームマスターのベアト自身よね。ややこしい。
Who's telling you to continue devoting yourself to power? Big brain, big brain. That should be the question you're asking, Angie. I feel like... Okay, I have a feeling that Angie's trying to lead to that question, but she doesn't know the words to lead to that question. Who is continuing to have you devote yourself to power? Is that what she's going for? I'm not for sure. I'm trying to keep up with Angie's line of thought as well as, thinking about what Beatrice and Featherine are saying. There's a lot of things to think about.
なぜにそなたは、後宮バトラに尽くさねばならぬのか、と尋ねたいのであろう。しかしそれを彼女に答えることはできぬ。彼女に与えられたのは目的だけだ。その目的を与えた動機は、与えた本人にしかわからぬのだから。
This is getting existential, man.
なるほど。それも考えてみるがいい人の子よってわけね。で、ついでに、あんたにはもうその察しがついていて、ニヤニヤしながら私が悩んでいるのを見ているってわけだわ。
You bet so.
そなたは我が巫女としてつくづく優秀だ。私はお父様に尽くします。私の存在がお父様の幸福のお役に立てる。それが私の一番の喜びです。そして、
At that point, Beato hesitated, and then she began her existential arc. Like, I have a feeling it's getting to the point where Beato might start to begin to think, wait, what is my exact purpose? Is it really devoting myself to valor? Or what is my purpose in life? Is it not just that? Or am I even supposed to continue on devoting myself to valor? Like, I have a feeling that Beatrice, or this Beato piece, is about to experience an existential crisis, and that's when her and the Elder will emerge. An existential crisis will cause that to happen. Just a question of, who am I? Who am I? Why do I exist? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Or maybe that's just me projecting things. Ignore that comment, do not worry. Yes, I do have existential thoughts, but I'm fine. Or am I? Or am I not? I should not. No. I'm concerning people. I should stop. I should stop that. At that point, Beato hesitated.
何？そして何を？
あ、はい。
Hope.
そして、それをいつかお父様にお認めいただければ、それが私の一番の幸せなのです。
Okay. Maybe this is not going in the direction of his existential crisis Beatrice, but I'm still having a feeling that there's going to be an existential crisis Beatrice at least at one point in episode 6.
何よそれ。尽くしたいってだけならまさに魔女の家具ねと言いたいところだけど、それを認めてもらいたい？それじゃ家具ってより。
Oh. Angie stopped mid-sentence. That's less like furniture, and more like you're just a girl who loves Oni-chan. I don't get it. The guiding force behind this Beato's actions is that of a girl who adores Oni-chan. But then, what would that make her? If she liked Oni-chan, then she should have adored him and done things for him herself. Why would she create a piece of herself, a separate entity, to do it? This way, even if she does attract Oni-chan's attention, it will be towards the piece version of herself, not the creator who made that piece. Okay, maybe I am on some lines of the existential crisis. Yes, I'm maybe on some lines of the existential crisis right here. I don't know why I'm going so hard on the Beatrice existential crisis thing I just came up with. Like, okay, I have some ideas that could help. Like, I have some ideas that the only way for Beatrice and the Elder to, combine is for Beatrice to get into existential crisis. Who am I? Why do I exist? Do I really need to portray myself as a witch to gain Balor's attention? Can I be myself? What is myself? Who am I? Like, I have a feeling that these are the questions that torment Beatrice, because we keep on going into the thoughts of love, identity, wanting to belong, wanting to be seen for who you are, and being yourself. There's a lot of things going on in these first few chapters that leads me to think that this whole time, Beatrice, who wanted to be recognized, but they did not know who they wanted to be, and, how they wanted to be seen by those that they are in love with. I have a feeling that, that's kind of the direction that, is going for this game. Very existential, by the way. Very existential. And it's getting me to think myself right now. Sometimes fiction can really affect someone. And yeah, I know from the comments that a lot of people have said that Umineko has really affected their lives. And I can definitely see that. I can definitely see how Umineko can affect people's lives. Because it goes into deep, concepts? I don't think concept is the correct term, but I'm just gonna say concepts because I don't know the word I'm looking for right now. But it goes deep into just, the thoughts that humans have. It's very philosophical as a word. Like, if I were to give Umineko a genre, kid you not, I would say that's a philosophical visual novel. It's a philosophical work. Yes, there's mystery. Yes, there's horror. Yes, there's comedy. Yes, there's romance. But I think at the core of Umineko, even though, yes, this is part 96 of the series, so yeah, I'm still not done with the series, so maybe I am wrong in saying this. But the correct genre for Umineko, in my head right now, I'm thinking the genre of this game series is philosophical. It goes really deep into philosophical concepts, such as existence. That's one of the main topics Umineko goes into. Existence. How to be seen. How I want to be seen. Who am I? What do I want to be? How do I just, exist? Why do I exist? And is there a purpose? Yeah, Existential philosophy! That's Umineko for you all! Existential philosophy! Now, let's see how the story progresses. If I ever fall in love with someone, I'll probably want to do things for them. But of course, I would want to do those things myself. After all, I would want him to notice me. This love is destined to go virtually unrewarded. No matter how devoted she is, she'll never get anything out of it. And she's done this out of her own free will. Beato's behavior looks no different from that of an average girl in love. She's devotedly doing all she can for him, dreaming that her kindness will eventually be acknowledged. Why would Beato create a piece like this? Is putting it in terms of romance a bit too confusing? Then let's try using food as an example. It's pointless as creating a piece of food for you. A piece to eat food for you? A piece to eat food for you. Oh, I get it. Yeah, a piece that eats food for you. Yeah, okay. I was confused for a second. No matter how much food your piece eats on your behalf, you won't get any less hungry, right? You are the one who wants to eat. There's no reason for having a piece do that in your place. For most jobs in the world, you can get someone else to do it for you. However, with love and food alone, there can never be any meaning in letting another person do it in your place. That's right. This Beato was created as a piece for an impossible reason. Though at a glance, she looks like just a normal girl. The more I learn about her, the less I understand, like an imaginary number. Don't get me started on imaginary numbers. There's a reason why I'm not going to mathematics. Even though I am interested in a lot of, mathematical, things. I am interested in mathematics a little bit. It's just that personally, I cannot physically do them myself. Like, yes, math is very interesting. I will say that now. Math is very interesting. It's just that whenever I try to, think deeply about math, it just makes my head go wild. Especially imaginary numbers. God, I hate imaginary numbers. Like, what defines an imaginary number? Okay, I'm just gonna look this up real quick. What defines an imaginary number? I know this is really off tangent, and I know that this has nothing to do with the Umineko. But what is an imaginary number? A number that is expressed in terms of the square root of a negative number, usually the square root of -1, represented by I or J. What? There's a J? There's a J? There's a J. Okay, I want a more in-depth definition. Yes, Wikipedia, you're on my side. Hell yeah! It's the first Wikipedia reading in a while. I have not read a Wikipedia page in a while. Alright, here we go. An imaginary number is a complex number that can be written as a real number multiplied by the imaginary unit I, which is defined by its property I squared equals -1. The square of an imaginary number, bi, is -b2. -b to the second power. For example, 5i is an imaginary number, and its square is -25. By definition, 0 is considered to be both real and imaginary. Originally coined in the 17th century by René Descartes, Descartes? I know who this person is. He's like a very famous French philosopher, mathematician, and scientist. Yeah, I know who Descartes is. I just don't know how to pronounce his name.
René Descartes.
Descartes. René Descartes. Okay, I got it now. Originally coined in the 17th century by René Descartes as a derogatory term and regarded as fictitious or useless, the concept gained wide acceptance following the work of Leonhard Euler in the 18th century and Augustin Louis Cauchy? Augustin Louis Cauchy? Couche. And Augustin Louis Couche. I don't think that's correct at all. I don't think that's even correct at all. But I'm just gonna continue on. I don't have a lot of time to, go about, trying to figure out how to pronounce every single person's name. And Carlo Frederic Gauss, in the early 19th century, an imaginary number, bi, can be added to a real number, a, to form a complex number in the form a plus bi, where the real numbers a and b are called, respectively, the real part and the imaginary part of the complex number. This is beyond the mathematical knowledge I know of, and let's just get out of imaginary numbers. Let's just stop thinking about imaginary numbers. Why did I go on this tangent? We're talking about the philosophical work of Umineko right now, not the complex nature of imaginary numbers in mathematics. Enough. What am I going to talk about next? How the digestive system works? Though at a glance, she looks like just a normal girl. The more I learn about her, the less I understand, like an imaginary number.
お父様はそう呼ばれるのを嫌われていました。そしてお父様の望まれる私もそうは呼んでいませんでした。
そうね。かつてのあんたは誰が相手でも呼び捨てにしてたわ。
だからといってお父様を呼び捨てにはできません。せめてバトラさんと呼ぶように努力はしたいと思います。
あんなに冷たくされてよくめげないものね。
いえ、バトラさんは今大切なゲームに臨まれています。相手は大ベルンカステル教の駒、強敵エリカ教です。
Sorry, just the name Erika just made me chuckle.
いよいよゲームが佳境に差し掛かろうというデリケートなところに私がしゃしゃり出て、バトラさんが望まないお父様という言葉をかけてしまったのですから、機嫌を崩されても無理ないことです。
Like, yeah, Balor is stressed. I do understand that. But that's no excuse to be a dick to someone who's just trying to be nice. Like, yes, even on your worst day that you don't want to talk to anyone, I don't think being fully stressed is really an excuse to be an absolute, meanie to someone. Like, yeah, I've had those days myself, but I always, try my hardest to at least acknowledge, something nice that someone's trying to do for me, even if I'm having a bad day. So yeah, I should not be going harsh on Balor right now, but Balor kind of deserves it, though. Like, okay, being nice can sometimes, help de-stress. Sometimes. Everyone's different. But sometimes when someone's stressed, if they, try to, they don't have to force themselves, but at least, try something that someone gives to someone, like, making a sweet, like trying the sweet, that might make them feel a little bit better to know that, oh, even though I'm not in a good mood and this is not the time, at the very least they try doing something nice for me, even if I'm in the bad mood. I'm not for sure, I have no qualifications to say anything about, this stuff. I was just saying stuff in general. I might be wrong, but I don't think, Balor has too many excuses for being that mean to someone who's trying to be nice to him. But, I do understand that Balor can be stressed, but he's still coming off as a dick. He's still coming off as a dick to me. Apparently, Beato still wanted to devote herself to Balor, even after being treated in such a cold manner. Though to an outsider, it looks as though she's being snubbed. It doesn't faze her at all. It truly is the blindness of a girl in love.
それとも、私に愛がないから見えない。
Without love, it cannot be seen. Sorry.
愛があれば、見えぬものが見えることもあろうな。
Beato once again immersed herself in the fragment book that told of her former self. She was trying to find something about the Beato that Balor desired. Angie shrugged, as though saying, "Well, I don't get it." Featherwing laughed when she saw this, and quipped that an innocent young woman could never understand. Angie grumbled something back unhappily. Bitch. Their interactions seemed to have no effect whatsoever on Beato as she sat in the shadows of the library. And back to Balor. After chasing all the others out, only Balor remained in the study. There was no color in this dimly lit room. However, for just the short time that the plate of cookies had been placed there, the room had seemed at least a little cheery. Balor's gaze drifted over to the desk, which no longer had anything on it. When he did, the cookie plate that had been there until a second ago was revived. However, it was an illusion. Though the cookies could be looked at, they could not be touched, much less eaten. If Balor wished, he could make it possible to touch them or eat them, but it would be an empty sensation. It would only give the touch and taste that Balor desired. He no longer had any way of knowing what kind of cookies they had actually been. Well then, BP. In a reception sofa facing Balor, a cloud of gold butterflies slowly gathered, and it took the form of the old Beato. It's the game piece, Beato.
ほら食べろよ。わらわが珍しく手作りしたのだぞ。安心せよ。自信作であるぞ。
Nope. Renove, my man!
お嬢様の場合、むしろ自信作の方が不安になろうというものですな。
まったくだぜ。お前が作るクッキーなんて、どうせおかしな毒が入ってるに決まってら。
Oh, this scene is really sad. Oh, this scene is really sad. Well, now it's time for me to feel bad for Balor.
それは心外な。仮に入っていたとしても、そなたのあれがそうなって、こうなっちゃうかもしれない程度のもんではないか。そういうことばかり普段からしているから、バトラ君に食べてもらえないのです。手料理に何か入れるなんて基本でしょ。爪に髪の毛、魔法のおまじないに愛のかけら。あんたたちだったら何を入れるの？
何も入れません。美味しく自分でいただいちゃいます。
だと思ったわ。あんたは出落ちなのよ、まったく。でも、
女は3つの袋をつかめって言うし、胃袋は最初の第一歩よね。
Oh man, I'm actually a little bit crying right now because of the thoughts I'm having right here. Like, their characters are very accurate. Their characters are very accurate. Like, the way that Balor is, writing them into his game. They're accurate to, the beings that they represent. But it's so tragic at the same time because it feels so stale. Like, their lines sound like something that they might have said. And the way they're saying them does have some of the emotions that they would, put in. But at the same time, it still feels empty. It still feels empty because Balor is having a conversation with himself. Everything's empty. Oh, man. Oh man. Like, I looked a lot into, the existentialism in Beatrice, but right now, you can kind of see a little bit into another thing of, the existentialism in Balor. In Beatrice's case, it's that they are trying to figure out what they are. But in Balor's case, he doesn't know what he wants. For Balor, he's unsure about, what he wants, and the thing that he wants, well, it's gone. Well, it's not exactly what he wants. Like, okay, let me rephrase this. Like, Balor's not looking for something that he wants. It's just that he's looking for something that cannot be attained anymore. The thing that he wants is gone forever. And Balor is suffering knowing, yeah, there's a likability that things will never be the same. Like, the thing that he wants, he can't get. It's dead. Beatrice is dead. He wants the Beatrice that is already gone. There's no way that Balor can, get that back. So, scenes like this with Balor by himself, we truly get to see his lonely mindset and his, absolute sadness that the thing that he wants, he can never achieve again because it is dead. Beatrice is gone. He cannot get them back. He can't get the Golden Witch that he wants back. In scenes like this, where he's with, the pieces by himself, you totally get to see, in his conversations with himself, how empty everything is. He feels empty. Beatrice and Balor, they're both just really relatable. Philosophy. Like I said, Umineko is existential philosophy. That's what I'm trying to get at in this video, I guess. Yeah, that's the main theme of this video, other than, the main storyline. Another main theme is looking into the possible genre of Umineko as being existentialism philosophy. Existential philosophy. Man. What is this game? What has it been doing to me? Why have I been playing this for 96 videos? I've logged about 300 hours into this game, I bet. Oh my god. God. I just have way too much fun with this game. I have way too much fun with this game series. I just have way too much fun.
次がお財布の袋で、3つ目は何かしら男を振り向かせるなら、身も心も魂さえも全てを私のために捧げさせたい。
He's really going hard with the, stakes personalities. With, lust, greed, anger, gluttony. He's going really hard on those.
だからこそ、私は手料理に全ての力と愛情を注ぎ込めるの。
いずれにせよ、手料理を食べさせるのは古今不変の成功法と言えるだろうな。
バカバカしい。そんな小細工をしないと男心一つつかめないなんて情けないったらありゃしないわ。お姉様が男心をどの程度おつかみになった経験がおありか聞いてみたいものですけど。
バートラー、何もおかしなもんは入ってないから食ってくれよ。わらわがそなたのためにクッキーを手作りするなんて二度とねえからさ。
There probably won't be another chance. I slowly stretched out my hand, out to the illusion of the cookie plate, and touched it. She put LSD in the cookies! I'm sorry. Just before I did, it became a cloud of gold butterflies, and vanished into the darkness of the study. The illusions of Renove and Regalia also disappeared. However, the illusion of Beato alone still remained on the sofa.
何が不満か
My
それ
dear.
を俺に言わせるつもりか。
Oh, you don't go to him. Oh, I forgot the song's name now. This is like the intro song to each of the games, isn't it? It's the intro song to the games, of the first two games! Oh, the emotive. Oh my god. This is My Dear, right? Yeah, this is My Dear. I'm gonna spend some time listening to the song first before I get to the scene. Oh my god. Ah! I knew there was gonna be a beat drop! Oh! Oh god. I've not even seen this scene this song attached to. Oh my god. I'm tearing up, man. Oh. Oh god. I'm actually crying. Oh man. Oh man. I'm already crying. I'm already crying. Oh. Oh. Oh man. Music is a powerful thing. Music really is a powerful thing. It definitely helps. We're just showing just the themes and just the story that this game has. Oh my god. I'm being really unironic while saying this, but this game has gotten me interested in actually, learning how to make music. I don't know why, but there's parts of me that does want to, pursue, learning how to make music. Like, my entire life, I've always been a writer and, someone who loves stories. Like, I love stories. I love stories so much. And music can tell a story. Like, even in games, music is shown to, portray something within a game. Like a certain scene, or, something that's going on in the game. But even by itself, even if you don't know the context, you still feel the effect that this music is supposed to have. Like, yeah, maybe there's some times where if you hear a song, you're like, oh, this song is this genre, but when you see the context behind the song, you're like, oh, this song is actually very different than what I thought it was. Like, there are occasions where that happens. But at the same time, that doesn't just, disprove the power of music. Like, those songs that, trick you, those songs may not even be trying to trick you. They're just trying to portray something that, cannot be seen. Like, yes, you might hear the song and you think, oh, this is just a happy, cheery song. It pumps me up. And then you hear the context, and the context is very tragic. It's just by perception. Music can be perceived in different ways. Music can be perceived in different ways. Like how this song is, I'm perceiving it right now. I'm perceiving it as a tragic song that shows the loneliness of Balor right now, and how much he wants something that he cannot receive. Oh man, I messed around too much. Oh god, okay, I'm gonna try to get to the end of the scene. Like, I won't be able to get to the end of this chapter in this video because I just don't have time to, complete this chapter today. Like, I don't know how long this chapter is, and if I do cut this chapter off short, I'll play a little bit into chapter 9 next video, but, I do need to get going, so I'll get to the end of this scene, but I won't be getting to the end of this chapter, or this could be where the chapter ends. Like, I've been recording for over an hour now, so maybe this is where the chapter ends? I'm not 100% sure, but I do need to get going soon, so I will be having to, cut this chapter a little bit short. I don't know how short I'm going to be cutting off this chapter, but I just need to, go very soon. So I'm going to continue on with the rest of this scene. I might have room for one more tangent, but after that, I actually need to get going. So, yeah, let's just continue on. I'm sorry.
新しきわらわがそなたの望んだ姿とあまりに違えば違うほどわらわが二度とよみがえらぬ存在であることを思い知らされるからであろう。
You hit the nail in the coffin right there. Valor? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Valor.
いい女は逃したら二度と捕まらぬわ。今頃になってわらわがいい女だったと気づいたであろうが。
うるせえ。お前なんか二度と現れなくてせいせいすら。
Beato laid, sprawled on the sofa, and looked up at the ceiling. Valor also turned his back and moved to the window. For a while, there was silence.
分かっていると思うが。
分かってな。
そなたの期待するわらわはすでに消え
分かってる。あのベアとは紛れもないお前自身ではあってもかつてのお前とは異なる存在で、お前はもう絶対に蘇らない。
You're not the Witch of Certainty. You're not the Witch of Certainty, Valor. You're the... What are you again? You're a sorcerer of something. What are you the sorcerer of? 1 second. What are you the sorcerer of? The Endless Sorcerer. You're not the Witch of Certainty, Valor. You cannot be for certain that she won't come... She's not coming back. It was already said in red. It was already said in red she's not coming back. I'm still in the state of denial. In the 5 stages of grief, I'm still in denial. At some point... At some point, I'm gonna get to anger. At some point, I'm gonna get to anger. But right now, I'm still in denial that she's not coming back.
わらわの魂とこの女らしさ、性格の良さ、気風の良さは魔女としての1000年によって培われたものだ。それは全く同じ1000年を経ぬ限りわらわと同じにはなり得ぬ。すなわちそなたがわらわを生み出そうと目論む時点ですでに生い立ちが異なるのだ。
ああ、お前が絶対に蘇らないなんて、あの昭和のベルンカステルにバッチリ保証されてるぜ。
だが期待しているのであろう。新しきわらわがある非豆腐の角にでもコツンと頭をぶつけ過去の記憶を取り戻して見事復活みたいなのを期待しているのであろう。そんな妄想プロット今時ラノベだって通用せぬわ。
Oh man. At the same time, though, shit like that still happens in some stories. I always hate when that happens, by the way. I always hate the whole plotline they tripped, hit their head, and now they're back to the person they was after, they forgot everything. I still don't like that trope, but this is one of the very few occasions where I will forgive that trope being done, god damn it!
うるせえ。お前だってかつて俺が思い出して気づくのをずっと待ってやがったじゃねえかよ。
No. Then what? Does this mean that our relationship now is exactly the opposite of how it once was?
わらわも そなたがいつかはきっと気づく。思い出す。奇跡が起こる。そう信じてゲームを繰り返したこともあったがな。
どういう気持ちだったんだよ。お前が俺とゲームをしている時は。
自分の胸に聞けとはよく言ったものよ。
It's tough. If only she didn't look so much like you, I wouldn't be so confused about how to feel about her.
まあ好きにせよ。かつてわらわはそなたを苛みもてあそんだ。今度はそなたがそれをわらわに復讐する番だ。新しきわらわは何もわからずおろおろとするのみ。見るも焼くもそなた次第よ。積年の恨みも晴れるであろうが。
お前自身が相手ならな。さぞや気分も爽快だろうぜ。だがあのベアとはお前じゃない。
わらわでないというなら誰なのか。
お前によく似た別人だ。
だが紛れもなくわらわでもあるぞ。
そうだな。お前自身であり、そして同時に別人なんだ。
ならば新しきわらわも災難なものよ。
I love that facial expression. I love that facial expression. I don't remember seeing this one of Beatrice's. I don't remember ever seeing this facial expression.
わらわの身代わりに慰み者とされておるわ。なんと気の毒なことか。
That might be the contradiction inside me. Because the new Beato seems like a different person, I can't accept her. Even though I know she's a different person than Beato, she keeps reminding me of her.
ならばいっそ。あれはわらわの娘とでも思え。
娘。
Thanks for being born! No! No! Oh god, they're going through the checklist of the songs that make you cry! Oh god.
わらわの血を引きし、うり二つの娘と解釈せよ。何しろわらわの分身であり、しかし1000年の経験を経ぬのだから、そう呼んでもおかしくはあるまい。
確かに。
わらわは死して娘を残し、そなたに託したと、そう思うのだ。さすればそなたも、あやつをどう受け止めればいいか、少しは考えやすいのではないか。
らしくもなく、うまい例えをしやがって。
茶化すでない。あやつはわらわが死んで残し、そなたに託した忘れがたみだ。
The problem is, this is Balor telling himself this. This is Balor telling himself this. Oh my god. This is Balor telling himself this. Rather than seeing Beato as, you know, Beato, he's choosing to think, maybe it's just the daughter of Beato, not Beato. Even though the person that's in front of Balor, that is Beato. Not the same Beato, but that's person still Beato. But at this moment, he's trying to convince himself, there's no way this could be a Beato. There's no way this is Beato. It's Beato's daughter. That's exactly right. it's the daughter. That's how I should see her. Oh man, like, yeah, that is a way for him to, you know, think of this Beato as a different Beato. Like, that is a way to do that, but you're seeing Beato as something else than what Beato might want you to actually see them as. Oh man. Like, exactly, the problem is, yes, this is not that great of an idea because Balor is not seeing Beato as Beato. He's trying to see her as something totally different. Well, this is a different Beato, so I can see logic in this. But Balor should try to, you know, see Beato as who Beato wants to be seen as, except Beato. Though, there is another problem there, too, as well. Though, this is something that Balor can help with, but this is also a journey for Beatrice as well. Finding themselves. Beatrice is trying to be finding herself, and being recognized as Balor is, of course, in their, you know, path of finding, you know, who they are. At the same time, though, there's a lot of things that can... I felt like I was on a roll for a second, but I'm losing it. But what I'm trying to get at here is, this story is about, you know, figuring out who you are and acceptance. Like, those are two major philosophical existential themes. How do I want to be seen as? Who am I? What exactly do I exist here for? And also questions that Balor could be asking himself. Like, those questions from earlier, those might be Beatrice's questions. And Balor's questions are, how do I see someone that is different from someone that I wanted? Like, Balor's case is, he wants something that cannot be achieved anymore. And Balor's pondering, how can I accept change? Balor's issue is, he's unsure about how to feel about changes. And changes that he cannot control. You cannot control change. Change is constantly happening. The one thing to do in the fight against the fear of change is acceptance. And that's what Balor is struggling with right now. Balor is struggling with acceptance, while Beatrice is struggling with identity. These are very simple terms from a first-time player, so I might be saying something absolutely wrong. Like, I'm just, you know, saying observances from my own head. And of course, if I did say anything wrong, or something that sounded very, you know, bad, please tell me so in the comments below. Please tell me so in the comments below. But that's kind of the tale that's being told right now. The tale of someone trying to, you know, find who they are, and someone else trying to figure out how to accept the unexpected changes of life. Oh man, and that was my tangent. To, you know, end off this video, but I'm gonna finish off the scene first, of course.
わらわの面影を押し付けるも自由。恨みつらみをわらわの代わりにぶつけて慰み者としてもよい。わらわの罪を背負わせ好きに苛めばそなたの鬱憤も晴れようぞ。それが趣味でないというなら、わらわのように人の道を踏み外さぬよう正しく導くのもまた一興だ。あやつはそなたに尽くすように生まれながらできておる。そなたが望めばどのような姿にだって変えられる。千年の奇跡を経たならば、わらはそのものにさえなれるかもしれない。
かつてお前にされたように、ひんむいて鎖で引っ張り回すことさえ自由だな。
そうだな。今ならばそれ以上の非道なる所業さえ可能であろうぞ。
お前の分身であり、そして娘か。
Without a doubt, she is exactly the same person, the same piece, but she was created once more by the rule called Beatrice. However, I can't accept it that way. I interpret her as being Beato's daughter. This served as a clear guide point on how to interact with her and smooth the uncertainty in my heart. And finally, I could understand how cruel I had been to her just now. My tears poured in towards the ground, and when I followed them with my eyes, I noticed that a white card, about the size of a business card, had fallen onto the floor. He cried out a card. What the fuck? Why did I say that? It was the message card that had adorned those cookies. I had rushed her, telling her to clean up and leave right away, which was probably why it had fallen to the floor unnoticed. I picked it up and read the message on it. It was extremely short, pure, and sincere. It brought tears to my eyes, so I was sure that I could read it. And yet, my eyes were so blurred with tears that I couldn't see anything. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, this is a good ending place. This is a good ending place because I need to get going soon. This is a good ending place, but I'm very intrigued to see where that is. But I do need to get going, and that was a good place to end things for this video. Actually, that's a good chapter ending point. Yeah, maybe I've said this many times in the past 96 episodes, and I'm gonna be saying it, for the next maybe 100 episodes after this one, but I definitely do agree with the statement that Umineko is a masterpiece. I agree with that statement. I full on agree. Umineko is a masterpiece.
Okay.